Hello, I'm Bracken the Pirate, and welcome to my Let's Play of Girlfriend Simulator. I think this is a VR kind of story. I don't know. I'll play it. I'll play it. I don't know. That's the disadvantage of downloading a bunch of games and not knowing. The pain when it hits me is intense. Comes on so suddenly I feel like I'm gonna be sick. It hurts more than I thought it would. It hurts more than I can endure. It hurts, it hurts, it hurts. Then a miracle happens. My vision turns white. The lungs spasm in one last desperate gasp. Then there's nothing. I'm finally free. Thought it would be scary, which I trembled so much, but I think I'm getting used to it by now. It's not that bad, really, not existing. There are worse things you can do than disappear. Hey, Amu, can you hear me? Please tell me you can hear me. Wake up, you have to wake up. Don't do this to me. Amu? It sounds like someone's calling out to me. I can hear a voice high and anxious, cleaving through a comfortable, cozy state of non-existence. It is starting to hurt again. What's going on? Open eyes slowly, groggily glance upward. Wow, what a cute anime girl. There's somebody standing by her bedside, somebody I don't know. She has long, fair hair tied in a ponytail, and she's wearing clothes that I suppose are fairly fashionable. As far as appearances go, she's quite cute, and it doesn't hurt that her face is so sweet either. Her eyes are very white, her eyes is indigo, and her nose is small and snub. It's so pale pink like cherry blossoms, and fountain what I suppose is concerned. Her skin is white like milk, or like snow, and her fingers are slender. She's slender in general, really, so much so, it looks like a gust of wind could blow her away. She's so pristine in her ruffled blouse and her high-waisted skirt, she hardly looks human. Facial features all too perfectly arranged. Can't see a single blemish on her skin. She's almost too pretty. What is a girl like this doing in my apartment? Feel dazed, and the girl's breathy explanation of relief when I open my eyes does little to reassure me this isn't a dream. Oh, thank goodness, I'm so glad you finally awake. You were out for hours, Yumu. Yumu. I'm so worried. I don't know her name, but she seems to know mine. Are we friends then? Must be more than acquaintances, given the familiar way she's talking to me. I don't remember having any friends like her, though. I don't remember having any friends at all. Me too. Me too. Wasn't that why? +5 on these. Oh no. I'm spurging out already. No! I've been not thinking about that. My head is starting to hurt again. I'm sorry, it's all kind of a lot. What's going on? Hey, poor thing, you must really be sick if you have to ask that. I'm sick? Well, yes, you're very, very sick. Your temperature was almost 38 degrees when I last checked. You passed out when I came in. That was... That was about 2 hours ago. Kept myself ill since then, cleaning this place up. I was very worried about you. Glad they decided to call me this morning. I'd hate to think of you suffering on your own. You're so hot. I was thinking I might have to call the hospital. The hospital? I blinked, trying to disperse the white hazy spots which are flickering in front of my vision. My horizon is shifting. I saw this girl's concerned face. It's a bit like my reality's being filtered through an old VCR player. Everything keeps juddering. Oh, really that sick? You look pretty sick, yeah, though you haven't actually been sick. Thank goodness. That's a relief. Seems like your feet might be breaking now, though you seem pretty lucid for the most part. Maybe I should test you, though. How many fingers am I holding up? I'm just the one. That's right, and now? It's still just one? Good, good. I'm glad there's no problems with your vision, at least. Hehe. That's because they were too lazy to have her in a different pose, is it? Still just the one. Of course. Now, what's your favorite food? Pork cutlet, I think. Your favorite book? That's a light novel series actually. I love Elf Forest, Mutsumi Ri. Tsuchimi. Tsuchimi Ryu. Right, your birthday? That's October 6th, I think. Very good on my birthday. That is, crap, I don't know the answer to this. Not that it should come as too much of a surprise. I was hostess knows birthday when I don't even know her name. Wondered through a few moments, her expression contorting. Girl must see my obvious distress because eventually takes pity on me. Silly you, you've always been so bad with birthdays. Birthday's only a few days before yours on October the 1st. Don't forget it, okay? Maybe you ought to make a note of it. It might come in handy later. When exactly? When you want to buy me a birthday present, though? By being such a great girlfriend. Girlfriend? Oh. So I'm a girl. I thought I was a girl. I thought I was a guy, I mean. Not a girl. I'm a boy! The girl giggles. What about name? Don't tell me you've forgotten that too. You are. See, they begin to struggle. Thought I might recognize this girl the more time passed. We were able to talk with her a few minutes and that still hasn't happened. Can't recall her name for the life of me. It isn't even on the tip of my tongue. The girl frowns. Well, that's no good. I thought you were on the mend, but maybe I was jumping the gun. I mean, jeez. Imagine forgetting your own girlfriend. Huh? That's a surprise if I ever heard one. You're my girlfriend? That's right, I'm Nagi, and we've been together for a month already. Talking to her along with that, though, of course. We've been going out for a little bit, but I thought you recall at least that much. Thought I was special to you, Yumi. Oh great, now she's pouting at me. It's quite effective, actually. What should I do? Be nice. Yeah, it'll be nice. Reassure. You're special to me. You're plenty special, I'm sure. I just feel a little mixed up now, so... My head is killing me. Well, so long as you're sorry. This is to be expected, I guess. So be a little confused since you have a high fever. Would you like me to fetch you ibuprofen? Ibuprofen. What about some water? Oh no, don't go over your way. I'm sure I'll live. You better. If you don't, then I would. Well, let's not worry about that right now. Hee. I think you need to sleep now more than anything. Do you want to get some more shut-eye? Do you mind? It would seem a bit rude to invite you over and then spend the whole time asleep. I think nothing of it. I came here to help you, after all, and if sleeping will help you, which I think it will, then that's what you should do. Don't worry about me. You should be thinking about yourself right now, silly. Just relax, you hear? Your super cute girlfriend is going to do her darndest to help you recover. I'm not going to leave until you got that fever of yours under control. Now that frown turned upside down. Right. Maggie's voice is high-pitched and it hits me like a freight train. It's relentless. I'm not so much listening to her spoil, it's making me feel much better. Head is still aching, though, so I should appreciate how determined she is to cheer me up. Still can't quite recall having a girlfriend. This wasn't all one this devoted, but... well, whatever. I'm sick. I must be confused, like Nagi said. I shouldn't pay it too much heed. Wait a minute, this isn't... This must not be done in Ren'Py, unless it's very heavily edited. Yeah. It's like... looks very old school, like PC 98, I think it's called? Whatever it is, the old Japanese computers. That's what it looks like. I yawn. Tears begin to bead in the corner of my eyes. Immediately my eyelids begin to fall shut. I feel so tired. Yeah, that's right. Get no sleep, Ayumu. Sleep as much as you like. I'm not gonna leave you. I'll always be here to take care of you. I promise. I'm not sure how long I sleep, but when I wake up, I feel distinctly groggy. I blink, attempting to disperse the white spots that are scattered in front of my vision. Back of my head is still pounding. Still feel out of it, regardless of how much I've slept, which might be why the sight of the girl sitting by my bedside shocks me so much. It takes me a few moments before I realize I've been seeing her before. Sitting next to me the last time I woke up. Said her name was Nagi? That's right. It's good to see you awake, Ayumi. You were out there for ages here. You really must be tired. Oh, well, that answers one question I had. I was wondering how long I've been asleep. Oh, yeah, that's a creepy OST. I downloaded this ages ago, so I don't... I don't know what I'm in for with this game. I think it... Look at my bedside cable. Searching for my digital alarm clock, but I can't find it. That's funny. I'm sure I had a clock there, though I don't recall using it very much. Not in the last few months, at least. I didn't have any need for it. Did I throw it out? I don't remember doing that, though. I don't remember much of anything. No? Nagi must have noticed my expression twisting because he frowns. Something bothering you? You're not in any pain, are you? Oh no, I'm fine. I just wanted to know what time it was if you knew. The time, I think it's about midday. You wake up at 9, but you're sleeping the last 3 hours. 3 hours? It's quite a lot. Yeah, you're asleep for a while, like I said, you poor thing. You've been laid very low indeed, but don't worry. I've been hanging around doing nothing these last 3 hours. Bet you made some rice porridge for you to show up your strength. Oh, rice porridge. You did. I've seen your rice porridge. I did, yeah, it's still in the fridge. Yeah, it's still in the kitchen. Let me warm up for you. Nagi rises to her feet, the hem of her skirt fluttering that sets off. Hear the sound of distant clattering in the kitchen on pots and pans, and then the shuffle of returning footsteps. Nagi's wearing indoor slippers, so feet don't make very much noise. Footsteps are cushioned. She doesn't want me to get my floor dirty. Nothing matters. That's what there's an eyeball for the background. Just noticed. It's very spooky. Why is there eyes? Why is there eyeballs everywhere? I don't know. My floor is filthy, just like the rest of my room. It should be, at least, but my surroundings look tidier than I remember. My alarm clock isn't the only thing I see. That's gone missing when I've been asleep. Ta-da! Nurse Nagi is back on the scene. Nagi appears before me less than 5 minutes after her departure. She's smiling brightly and she's holding a tray. This is for you, Ayumu. Eat up. On the tray, which Nagi is now thrusting me, there's a bowl of warmed up rice porridge, from which steam is gently extruding, and a cup of herbal tea. The rice porridge is a milky white, and the tea is a translucent copper colour. Both look nourishing, and they smell pretty good too. Can't see anything wrong with this food, not at glance. At least, but this is safe to eat. I'm not sure if I should eat this. I don't know who Nagi is, not really. She says she's my girlfriend, but I don't recognize her. For all I know, she could be a member of a cult. Could this still be a ploy to brainwash me? It's unlikely, but... Well, aren't you going to eat, Ayumu? You look almost pale as a porridge. How fair of an assessment that is. I can't see my own affection to confirm or deny it. Don't be surprised if it's true, though. I do feel pretty rotten. And yeah, the OST is pretty spooky, so... I don't want to make a Nagi subspeciality or Nagi herself for the matter. Perhaps I'd be better off going along with what she wants. I don't want to upset her. I don't know. I get out of her. So I have to be suspicious of anyway. Afraid that Nagi might sneak a razor blade in my food? That would be ridiculous. I'm not thinking clearly. Amy, don't you like porridge? Oh no, it looks really good. I'm sure it'll be delicious. Aren't you going to eat it then? It'll go cold if you keep dilly-dallying, silly. Right, I'll try a bit of it. Thank you, Nagi. It's no problem. You don't need to thank me. I am your girlfriend, after all. It should be given that I'll look after you. Hehe. I suppose it would, yeah. Dip my spoon in my porridge under Nagi's watchful gaze and bring it to my lips. I blow on it. And I put the spoon in my mouth. So what do you think? Is it good? Oh, it's poisoned. It's poisoned. It's poison. You can tell by the music in the background. The porridge lingered on my tongue for a few moments before swallowing. It slides down my throat easily, as I expected it would. It is rice porridge, after all. And it's quite watery at that. Nagi must have made it like this on purpose, so it would be easier for me to eat. That was very considerate of her. Oh, how considerate. So why is this spooky music? Why is there an eyeball staring at me? I'm not sure if I handle any food that's too solid at the moment, given how well I feel. I'd describe it in one word. I say it's pretty homey. That's a little my mother's cooking, actually. My mother used to make me rice porridge just like this when I was young. I was too sick to go to school. It was all rather nostalgic. It's good, yeah. Thanks, Nagi. Glad to hear it. I know my cooking isn't the best, but I'm trying. I want to get better, all for your sake. Why don't you finish it up? You gotta get a little more food in you. Aye, aye, Captain. I'll do my best. For a nurse, sorry, Captain. Glad it sounds a little nautical. Hehe. Water floats your boat. Just rest my porridge and wash it down with a cup of herbal tea. The tea wasn't as hot as I was fearing. It doesn't sound my tongue. It's quite soothing, in fact. I wonder what exactly is in that tea. Why did Nagi get it? I don't recall buying any loose leaves. Not a big tea drinker. Yeah, I don't like tea either. Wow, so immersive. Immersive? We both don't like tea. I think she brought it over from her house. There we go. That isn't so hard, was it? Very proud of you, Yumu. Nagi smiles at me angelically after I finished eating, as I succeeded in accomplishing a truly difficult task. I'd be tempted to think, based on the way she's carrying on, I'd just run a marathon, which given how I feel right now would be an impossibility. My porridge might have bolstered my strength, but there's no way in hell I'm ready to throw back my covers and start working out. It was easy to eat your food. You're really good at cooking. Hehe, well, I didn't know about that. There are better cooks out there than me, really. All I can really do is follow recipes. I'm particularly gifted in the kitchen, but I've been working hard to make food that's worthy of you. Worthy of you, me, you say? Yeah, you're a great guy. So pretty tall order, but not gonna give in. Oh no, I am a guy. I thought this was a lesbian relationship. Why did I think that I was a girl? Probably because she was called question mark. Like her name was blank. So I got confused. Ugh. I'm not there quite yet, but I'm sure I'll improved. Nagi flashes me a peace sign and takes my tray from my bed. I think she means to take it from the kitchen. Instead, she sits at my bedside table and says, "This is the least I can do for you, really, given how hard you work. You need to eat a lot of healthy, nourishing food. You need to get a lot of rest. Do you hear me, mister? Otherwise, you won't be able to finish the latest chapter of Crimson Fantasia by next Friday." Crimson Fantasia? Why does the name sound so familiar? Sure, I've heard that name before, but it's hard to place it. My brain feels so fuzzy. I thought Nagi's rice porridge would give me strength, but it's not having much of an effect. That's because it's poisoned, you idiot. Still feel wretched. Yes, Crimson Fantasia. Ochinagi is with me and seems to know even more about me than I do, at the moment at least. I want to see what's going to happen. I'm sure all of the other fans do too. Last chapter ended on such a cliffhanger. It reminds me I gotta do my comic. gotta work on my webcomic. I'll do it tomorrow. I always have to know what's going to happen to Eris. He had killed her off, now she's finally reunited with her sister. Barely had a chance to talk to Ammonia yet. There's still much left unspoken with the two of them, and Eris' fight scene the coolest in the whole story. I'm really upset if she doesn't emerge from a scrape with the Arcanists? Arcanists alive. Arcanists. Oh, right. Now he's just throwing a bunch of unusual sounding character names at me. I think I'm beginning to see at long last what she means. Crimson Fantasia is a web novel I've been working on during the last 3 months. Brought a bit of inspiration to Tachimi Ryu's incredibly popular elf horror series, but Crimson Fantasia is much darker. As they always are. Man works. They're never lighter, are they? They're always darker. They always like some dark take on it. Crimson Fantasia stars an average Japanese boy called Haruhi for a series of unfortunate happenstances, once being reincarnated in a magical world called Grimoire. Once a Grimoire meets a plucky young sorceress, Eris, who is raised an orphan in the slums. Eris looks a ten-a-penny ragged orphan. She's actually a direct descendant of the royal family, one half of a set of twin princesses were torn apart by reasons unknown. Ooh. Maybe Crimson Fantasia sounds an awful lot like Film Forest, based on the synopsis, but I'm just painting broad brushstrokes. Broad brushstrokes. They're not actually that alike. Haru isn't as figured as Suki is, for one thing. He's got the temper on him, something which Eris, who isn't shy of tiding, has to take him to task for. There's Eris herself, unlike Elfwife's Princess Liliana. He's beautiful and kind, but during battle is quite useless. Eris participates in fights alongside Eris' equal. Yeah, I always hate that in shonen anime as well. The love interest is always shit. I know, I don't know, actually I'm kind of neutral on that, because, like, it is aimed at men. I mean, obviously dudes want to see dudes fighting and not women, but I don't know, you need to have the female leads, like, do more. I'm thinking of, oh god, so many. Switching to wielding large number of weapons through shows to use a scythe. Scythe? Isn't she a sorceress? Doesn't she wield a staff or something? Staff. Scythes. Pretty derivative in themselves. I think they look cool, so whatever. I think it's fine. Nagi knows about Crimson Fantasia. I suppose she must have read it. I wonder. Are you a fan of Crimson Fantasia, Nagi? Oh, Yumi, what sort of question is that? To be honest one, my mind is still a model. I can tell, it's starting to worry that you've forgotten everything. I've forgotten about a Crimson Fantasia, its fan base. You like it as well, don't you? Hanky Dark's at you, big dummy. Now you try to be modest, it's one of your most appealing traits, but you don't need to worry about that, not around me. You should know by now that I ain't just like Crimson Fantasia. I love it. Oh yeah? Yes, I'm a Stonewall fan. That's saying something, given it's become so popular. I was there first, however, but her game's so big. I was even supporting comments right from the very beginning of your blog. Oh, I like her even more and more. I wish people did that with my webcomic. I'm not meaning to remember. I think all my webcomic fans are all dudes though. There's no cute girls among them. The day you emailed me asking me out for coffee was the most precious day of my life. I was so excited I thought my heart would burst. Like for real, I thought I was meeting a celebrity. In a way, I guess you are. So it was like a fan comic artist. Maybe I should do a fan comic. I was always thinking about it. Fan comics. At the big shot. Hehe. Yeah. There's a lot of fan comics get big. They turn into their own things like... It was like 50 Shades of Grey. I know it's a fan comic of... What's it called? Twilight. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. It sounds plausible. I do have a few doubts. Grand Fantasia really that successful. Only in my dreams. No, it's very popular, I have to believe. Stuff going in the beginning, certainly, but Crimson Fantasia is rather successful now. I can admit, however, in the early days of its publication, there barely any readers. I told myself that I was writing for nobody's sake but my own, but it's difficult to keep the morale up during these days. Dreams of becoming a professionally published light novel author, just like Tsuchimi Ryu was beginning to look depressingly unattainable. She was always there. She's coming to every single new chapter of mine, even when I was supposed to 50 chapter barrier. It's only 3 months. I don't buy it. I've been making screen notes Nagato. I remember it well because she always looks forward to her key feedback. Comments were detailed, well considered, and earnest. Asked me a lot of questions about Crimson Fantasia's world setting, the characters' philosophies, and their developing relationships. Thought her enthusiasm was pretty cute. Well, it's a she, but I actually knew Nagato's gender. I'd assumed she was a girl based on her screen name. Can't remember sharing any private emails with Nagato. I certainly can't remember meeting her in public. The side girl sitting in my sick bed. Does anybody make sense she would be Nagito? Nagiko. Did I pluck up the character email after all? Yes, sir, that's pretty impressive. Go me. I'm not socially awkward as I thought. So if you're Nagiko, not wearing some head like clockwork. Piecing this together is quite a struggle. I must mean you really are my girlfriend then. Yes, that's right. Why else would be silly, Yumi? I'm your girlfriend. I love you lots and lots. Love you so much. In fact, I'm going to invest to nurse you back in tip-top fashion. My name is Nagi and looks like you could use it too. Let's see how temperature's doing. Leans in, the pressures are falling against mine, the lips are very close to my own, to such a degree I can't help but think about kissing her. Nagi peers my eyes curiously, her face is pressed perilously close, while I, not knowing what else to do, sat there, feeling like a stone statue. It's hot already, thanks to my fever, but I feel even hotter now. My palms are starting to sweat. I can feel Nagi's breath against my cheek. It's very soft. No, I'm being silly. It feels quantifiably different to my own humdrum. Everyday breathing somehow. Something about Nagi's irrefutable femaleness is amping this interaction up to 11. Why am I shaking so much? Forehead is like ice against mine, so I'll be pressing myself against a window pane in the winter. Doesn't blood run through Nagi's veins? She looks so perfect, I wouldn't be wholly unsurprised. She's so pretty, she might as well be made of plastic. You do feel pretty warm, yeah. Guess there's nothing else for it. You have to go back to bed, mister. Is that an order? It's more of a request, really. I can order you around however you're into that. Oof. Oh. I started, can you tell you to lie back down on the double? You could, yeah, whatever I refuse, though. Then I'll have to give you an injection. That's what naughty boys who don't listen to the nurses deserve. Injection. Is that code word for something? Injection. You don't want me to hurt you, do you? Hey, Nagi's joking, but the casual way she talks about hurting me makes me flinch. Brings back memories. I remember. No, that was just a bad dream. I don't want to think of... No. She'd remember, you idiot. She's a serial rapist or something. I don't know. Perhaps I'll be better off sleeping after all. Stay awake. That's alright, I already slept a lot. I don't think I'm ready to snatch 40 winks just yet. Are you sure? You'll never be able to shake the sickness you don't get enough rest. Worried about you. These eyes bore into mine. They look very large, almost all-encompassing in a way, and I swallow. Get lost in those eyes if I let myself. I don't want to let myself put a nurse down, but... No, it's fine. I appreciate your worry, but I'm a grown man. I can look after myself more or less. You say that, but I know better. I beg your pardon? No, that was an unexpectedly harsh tone. Does Nagi have some dirt on me or something? You heard what I said. You said you can look after yourself, but who's the one that let your shower get all grotty, huh? Who's the one that left that huge box of potatoes your parents shipped to you on the countryside under your bed for months and months and started sprouting feelers? He's the one who never cooks, and on the rare occasion he tries, he peels his fingers and gets eggshell in his omelets, huh? Who could that be, Yumi? I'm sure I have no idea. Oh shit. Oh, she's gotten angry. Didn't know Yagi's face could do that. She didn't look very cute now, and the mist is chewing me out. Maybe I deserve it? I am a disaster of a human after all. I'm sorry, Nagi. I know I'm pretty awful at looking after myself. No, you don't say. I'm glad I have you around to clean up after me. Really, I am. I appreciate everything you've done for me. You're too good to me. What, really? Do you remember everything now, Yumi? Not entirely, no. I remember the way my apartment used to look like, which is something of a squalid hellhole. That's being rude to squalid hellholes. Oh no, he's a neat. Don't make sense. Alec is the one that painstakingly swept my floor cleaner, empty soda bottles, junk cream wrappers, and worn clothes. He's even better than a girlfriend. Must be some kind of goddess. I know that you've done a lot for me, yeah. I know you always put me first, which is very sweet of you. You have to worry about me right now, though. I'm running a bit of a fever, sure, but it's not that serious. I'm not about to die. You need to keep me in bed around the clock. So you say. I'm afraid if I don't keep a close eye on you, you start pushing yourself too hard. That's why you need to rest. You'll be fine. Simply being with you is restful enough. Oh, Nug stammers and blushes. I'm a little blush. Didn't think a Cody line would actually work in this, so I'm pretty surprised. No, written much or more empty lines in the past, and Crimson Plantation acquired a more serious scenes, a exchange between Haru and Eris. I didn't have much experience in relationships, at least until I met Nagi, so working these scenes always took me a while. Yeah, romance is hard, man. That's why Baraka the Pirate doesn't have any women. It's like, who cares? That's why the Eye of Virus game was so shitty. It's like pulling teeth, only it was even more excruciating. I can't think of anything worse than making a close virgin way romance scenes. Romance is tough, man. Even people who aren't virgins write terrible romance. Romance is just difficult in general. Sure about that, do you, me? Quite sure. I'm getting tired of staying in bed, actually. It's starting to make me feel a little bit insane. So why do you let me help out? You took time making that rice porridge for me, so I might as well do the washing up. Wouldn't that be fair? I hate washing up and household chores in general, but it seems important that I volunteer my services to Nagi. I don't want to think I'm a complete waste of space. Nagi, however, doesn't seem too impressed by my suggestion. She doesn't thank me. Instead, she tuts. Don't be silly. You're much too tired to wash the dishes. I'm tired, but not that tired. I can handle a few chores. Might be able to handle it, but that doesn't mean you should. You ought to leave everything to me. That's why I came here, dummy. I did it to look after you, so you can recuperate as much as you want. You really should be sleeping. But if you're really not tired, maybe you can sit in the kitchen with me while I do the washing up. We can talk if you want. You can tell me about the latest plot developments you have in mind for Crimson Fantasia. That'll be fun. It's not a bad idea, I guess. Sure been staying in bed all day, languishing. Sure you want to hear about the next chapter, though? You don't want me to spoil it, do you? I don't mind. You always bounce plot ideas around on me. It's nothing new. Do I indeed? I can't say I recall that. Then again, I don't recall much of anything. I shouldn't question it. Alright, let's do that. Yay! Let me get started the dishes then. You can call me Ayumi. Really pumped to see how Eris is gonna get out of this one. Hehe. Nagi helps me out of bed with all the consideration I'd show an elderly grandparent. Right arm snakes around her wrist and her chest presses against my side. She's close enough to me that I feel my hair on my cheek. Her hair on my cheek. Oh, anime. Let Nagi lead me to the kitchen, although in actuality I don't think I'm so very sick and I really need her help. Thoughtfulness is appreciated though. She's being very gentle. In my goon cave. It's the first time I've moved around. Nagi sends me down the table, then turns to the sink. Turns on the tap deftly in a way that suggests a familiarity with my kitchen and sets to work. Water cascades against the basin of the sink in a regular manner, like rainwater down a gutter. Nagi begins to hum to herself as she washes up. It's a light, lifting sort of a hum, something distinctly melodic. While the pot in the sink begins to fill with water. I watch captivated as this water bursts its banks and spills over the side of the pot and into the plug hole. Not stumbling over my words very much. I'm very proud of myself this Let's Play. Nagi attends to works like this for a brief while, unimpeded before she speaks up. Unimpeded. Yeah, unimpeded. So Ayumi. Nagi glances at me from over her shoulder, still smiling. What's going to happen in the next chapter of Crimson Fantasia? Inquiring minds are simply desperate to know. Eris was a pretty tricky spot that chapter 63 left off. Things are looking kinda dicey. Can't see how she's gonna fight her way out of this. No one hero's been detained. There's no way you can kill her off though. She's much too important. I wasn't planning to kill Eris, no. She's a central part of the story. Without her, Haru would totally be lost. He relies on her a lot, just like she relies on him. They're pretty codependent. I knew that much. Their relationship is pretty cute, really. Even Eris is too proud to say that she likes him. That's another reason why she can't die here. I won't accept it. She has to at least confess to Haru first. Otherwise, all that work you put in to establish a relationship would have been for nothing. Yeah. I always hate it when authors kill off characters. It's a dice roll, man. Sometimes it can be really good, but other times it completely throws everything into the crapper. I think there's several series which are like, I'm not interested anymore. Walking Dead is one. Just kill them. Kill them so much. Game of Thrones is another. You kill off too many characters, people just... Yeah, you tune out, man. Also consider that too. I don't want the conclusion of her and Eris' romance arc to be unsatisfying. So a lot of parents of Eris' story isn't even nearly over yet. Glad to hear it, but how's she gonna escape then? She won't get a last minute power up, will she? Well, it's one of those stories. Power ups. No, I don't think so. This will be a bit too cliche. Thinking Hermione arrested her, actually. Hero should stay the same power all throughout the story, I think. Or at least they should get it through hard training and not arse pulls. I can't stand last minute power ups. But they suddenly. Well, that'd be a great way to re establish a relationship. Hermione wanted to get to know her sister better, but she never really had the chance. She's too busy with all those princessy stuff, and anyway, Eris is so aloof. Eris has to learn to set the differences aside, though. I don't think she'll ever be happy otherwise. I agree with you there. Yeah, I want to give Eris and Hermione a chance to make up with another properly, and having Hermione save Eris from a life or death situation seemed the best way to go about it. Harumia would surely feel obliged to act in any case, given Eris is her twin sister. She felt guilty ever since Eris had cast out Palace with a silly prophecy. She's wanted to help her sister for years. I'm having some doubts about the story beat. You are? Yeah, it seems a bit derivative, I guess. I know there's a similar scene to Astra and Cornelia in Old Forest, and well, Hermione is a princess, and her parents are very overprotective. They never leave the castle. She was only able to sneak out before because she was disguised, but the guards captured her and brought her back. Our parents know about her old escape route, and it would be even harder for her to get away. Not sure if Harmonia would be able to escape the confines of a chamber to see her sister. And even then, if she did, would she really have to stop the Arcanists? Arcanists. It's a funny word. Arcanists. Harmonia knows a bit of magic, but she's nowhere near as strong as Eris. In a battle, she'd probably be hydrants. Maybe a normal fight. She'd be standing up for her own sister, though. I think I'd give her a boost. But yes, it doesn't really solve the initial problem we're getting into the fight in the first place. Oh, it's fine. I'm sure you had to figure something out, Yumi. It's a genius, after all. You're a genius. She learns teleport magic. I think genius is overselling me a bit. I don't think it's selling you up enough. You've written a lot of Crimson Fantasia in such a short space of time too, and I think it's all super impressive. The characters are also lifelike. They feel just like real people, especially Haru and Eris. They have so much depth. They have so many hopes and dreams. And the fight scenes are really cool too. Anyone can think of a satisfying conclusion to this arc. I'm sure you can. I mean, obviously you can. You're the one who invented this whole universe, I guess. Our probably comes as non-committal. I appreciate Nagi's support, but yes, would Nagito really say that? Nagito used to praise Crimson Fantasia a lot, but her praise wasn't wholly devoid of constructive criticism. She always told me when certain story elements didn't come together. She complimented my work on the characters just like Nagi did. She thought the drama introduced with Chapter 34 with Eris's long-lost sister Hermione was sloppily executed. In fact, I don't think Nagito ever much liked the inclusion of Hermione in the Crimson Fantasia. She said Eris's relationship with her sister took too much attention away from a budding romance with Haru. Much as Nagiko liked Crimson Fantasia, she never called me a genius either, not like Nagi just did. Certain of that much, at least. Am I imagining that? No. The head is starting to hurt again. I don't know what to think, but I do know, despite my misgivings, that something isn't quite right about this. Nagi smiles, looks all some disconcertingly inorganic. Hear about me begins a hum as though full of 1,000 languidly buzzing insects. Reality seems to shift to warped, and then... Ayumi? Nagi looks at me, her brow seized with a concern. She's still standing by the sink, and in one hand she's holding quite a sharp, hefty knife. She must be in the middle of cleaning it, because the silver-bladed knife is damp with water. Clear crystalline droplets of water roll down the sharp of the knife, pull the junction where the blade meets the handle. Nagi's fingers are wet, and holds the front of her blouse. Watches round pearl-like droplets roll off the knife, then fall through the air. It was hypnotic. I have myself staring at the sharp-bladed Nagi's knife, and the water is trickling down to it until my head begins to ache. Dull buzzing sound filled my skull. Look, I'm on the brink of remembering something, but... Ugh. Ayumu? Looking worried now, Nagi casts a knife in the sink where it lands with the dull metallic clatter, and rushes over to me. Rests a hand on either side of the chair, practically fencing me in. Leans towards me, a damp chest inches away from my own. Ugh. Ayumi, are you alright? I look at Nagi dazedly. Her face is inches away from my own. Her eyes really are huge. Ugh. All of a sudden, everything feels like too much. The walls of my kitchen are cramped, claustrophobic. It feels like they're closing in on me. I can't breathe. Close my eyes, squeeze them shut, then attempt to steady myself. Inhale slowly, then exhale. I can smell mold and mildew. I can smell decomposing food, unwashed clothes, and a stench of dirty skin. I can smell copper, rust, and blood. My eyes are beating inside my skull in tandem with my heart. My stomach churns. I feel like I'm going to vomit. Ayumi? A moment passes. Eyelids freely are open, and once again my eyes meet Nagi's. They're so full of concern, practically pregnant with it, that I feel guilty for worrying her. Some boyfriend I am. I'm sorry. Just felt a little lightheaded, that's all, but I'm fine now. You don't need to worry about me. Well, of course I'm going to worry about you. I care about you. I know you want to act tough and all, but I don't need to put on a front about me. I can see right through you. Feeling sick again, aren't you? Maybe a little. Long moving on for all 50 minutes, just about. I knew it. Nagi shies. You guys are all the same, I swear. You're all so boneheaded. You like to act tough, even when you're unwell, until it all gets too much and you can't keep pretending. By the point, however, it's already too late. You're all for asking for help. Let's get you settled again beneath your sheets. I'll not have you overexerting yourself, not on my watch. I'm actually feeling a little better since that strange experience I had. I doubt anything good will come from telling Nagi about this. I don't think she'll listen to me. She looks too annoyed. Such a slender girl. She isn't particularly tall. She's just surprisingly stern. Alright, you know best. I wouldn't want to make a nurse worry, so I tried to take better care of myself. See to it that you do. I can help. There's only so much I can do. The stern rebuke that Nagi helps me to life at her feet. She guides me back to my bedroom, her left arm around my waist to steady me. Let her walk to my bedside and let her sit down. Let her sit me down. Pulls back which hovers in one depth, smooth movement, a bit like a magician, and immediately I lie on my back. There, that's much better. You should be safe now, Ayumi, so don't fret. I'm going to keep a really close eye on you, see? I'm not going to let anybody hurt you, not while I'm around. Not even you, hee. Nagi giggles to herself, then bends her long hair cascading over her slender shoulders. Looks like she's reaching for something, but what? Watch on my is just packed, so there isn't much else to watch in my small bedroom. She's being scoured clean as Nagi retrieves a mysterious object from the ground. It's woolen whatever it is, and compromised in numerous pastels, baby blues and pale pinks. Shape is strange and indeterminate, immutable almost. I can't quite place what it's supposed to be. Nagi's fingers, she's holding a pair of spiked implements, which the ends weren't so blunt. Might be good ways to torture somebody. Wonder what they could be. Hey Nagi, what's that? Or this? I thought I'd do some knitting. You know, it's one of my hobbies. Here. Do I do that? I'm not sure, but I probably should. I hope this isn't bothering you, Ayumi. Oh no, it's fine. I don't mind. Please, feel free. That's what I like to hear. I do some knitting then while you lie down. Do you want to have a nap? Not just yet. I'm not tired. Whoops. Are you sure? You look a little drowsy to me, but if you're not ready to nod off yet, I suppose I can turn the TV on. I didn't know what's airing right now, but that should be more interesting staring at the walls or watching me knit. I think watching Nagi knit is pretty interesting myself. She's awfully dexterous with her fingers. Fingers with a long and slender, almost like needles themselves. A shiver runs up my spine, and unnerved I glance away from Nagi. It's like Nagi's fingers are much different than my own. Even her skin is paler, but they don't look quite right. They remind me of dolls. Do they have too many joints? That's ridiculous, though, surely. Ayumi? Something wrong? Oh no, I'm fine. Let's see what's on TV, shall we? What do you mean, a doll? What are you talking about, a doll? You're crazy. Sounds like a plan to me. Nagi retrieves the remote from her bedside table, then switches the TV on. The TV's an old boxy set, more than 12 years out of date, and the picture flickers quite a lot. I never really bothered watching myself, because the shaking picture makes me feel seasick. I think I can deal with that right now, though. I feel so sick already. I doubt this old TV will be able to make things much worse. Nagi flips through channels idly, passing news which she deems to be too depressing. Some documentary about lions in Serengeti, which she says is too violent, and she settles on some kids' cartoon. Seems to be a magical girl story based on the designs of the characters. She's watching Sailor Moon. Obviously, it's Sailor Moon. Main cast describes elementary school-age girls with loud eyes and big bright hair that reminds me of Plasticine. It's Sailor Moon. It's really cute, I guess. It's infancy, a bit like Nagi's homemade rice porridge. Not really the kitty stuff like this, but I can deal with it. It's alright, Ayumi? It's fine, I guess. Should be able to distract me with my sickness, if nothing else. The screen wasn't flickering so much, though. Good, let's leave this on then. Pretty fond of the series, actually. You are? Yeah, you're just a little magical girl, so I was really into this stuff when I was a kid. I wanted to be a magical warrior myself one day. I want to save the whole world with the power of love. I even wrote that on my career survey back in first grade, huh? Oh, god damn it. I have to do that once per... Just rewind and pause the screen. That's all little girls want to be. So how did that go? Were you able to make your dream come true? Well, none of my wishes on shooting stars have come true just yet. I still haven't met my own fairy, and I haven't been given a transformation item. I did figure, however, that I need to save the whole world. That'd be quite an undertaking. Hehe. My love might be boundless, but energy isn't. I can't be everywhere at once. Clack, 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 go Nagi's knitting needles. I can be by your side. That's all I want, really. Then you going to be my magical girl? Well, why not? It sounds like a worthy challenge, especially since you're so bad at looking after yourself. Hey, was that really unnecessary? All's fair in love and war, Ayumi. Anyway, you know I'm right. You were in a really bad state before you met me. Worry what might happen to you if you were not started dating. Clack, clack, clack. But we don't need to worry about that because I'm here. I'm always here. Always be here. That's what magical girls do. Look at my nurse, though. There's nothing stopping being a magical nurse. Guess not, no. I wonder what that would be like. What would look like. Me too. I might have to sketch an idea up here. You can draw? You know I can draw, silly. Why do you think send you all that fan art of Eris? Good point. Remember that, at least. The art that Nagato sent to me, her editions of Crimson Fantasia's main characters are very precious to me. Made quite the impression. Nobody else has had drawn me art of my own characters. Not before, not after. I was so elated when I received those drawings. I couldn't stop smiling. I was on cloud 9 for the whole day. I want fan art of my characters too. You know, see me, they probably would have thought that looked creepy, and maybe I did. I didn't care though. That was the first time I felt so happy. One feeling floods my stomach once more. It's contented I look back at the television set. This episode looks to be an important one. The main magical girl, name is of all things Pumpkin, is facing off and assumed as the final boss. Is this the season finale? What an episode for me to start on. Pumpkin stares up her rival and with narrowed eyes she says, "Can't let this stand, I have to save. Don't give up. Our dreams." Follows to the stream are a little distorted, and so is Pumpkin's voice. I think I understand what's going on, more or less. Continue to watch the show, and Nagi continues to knit. Regular clack, clack, clack. Her needles act as a backdrop to the action on the screen. It's got a soothing sound. Emerges the sounds of my own breathing. The irregular static of the television set. My eyelids begin to droop. I think I might begun at some point to drift off. I suddenly step back in consciousness by a series of harsh electronic beeps. It sounds familiar. Is that my phone? Somebody must be trying to call me. I soon forgot what I was looking for a clock earlier by my phone. Existence has slipped my mind. I can hear my phone ringing, however, now I tell it vibrating against my upper thigh. I'm surprised it could have evaded my attention for so long. Why didn't I think to check it earlier? Reach in my pocket, my fingers curl about my phone, but before I can retrieve it, Nagi looks at me and says, "Ignore that." Huh? Look at Nagi, nonplussed. What's the matter? Fetal buzzing is the matter. Don't bother with your phone, Ayumi. I doubt you'll be anything important. Just hand it over to me, there's a good boy. I'm too sick to take any calls right now. But nothing. Look up, crazy bitch. Crazy bitch alert. Just says very calmly. Saying this for your own good, Ayumi. Don't look at me like that. I'll never, ever do anything to hurt you. Sounds pretty insistent about this, but then again, so does a mystery caller who still hasn't hung up. My friend is still buzzing in my pocket. I can feel the juddering against the fingers of my right hand, which have pressed against it. It'd be easy to take my phone out of my pocket, then answer it. It'd be equally easy to hand on my phone over Nagi. She seems so worked up about this. For some reason was escaping me. I didn't want to upset her. Doing this for my sake, after all. What should I do? No! Answer your phone! Call the police! Oh yeah, I have to do that. This continued buzzing my friend is making me wonder. I can discover who's calling me, at the very least to determine whether it's something important. What's one of my lecturers from university wondering where I am? Granted, the thought does make me feel a little sick, sicker than I already am, but I can't think there's anything to be gained by avoiding this call. So with this thought in my mind, I go straight phone in my pocket to check who's currently calling me. Hoping looking at the caller would shed some light in the situation, but... Unknown number. Well, that's not very helpful. It's probably a scam call then, but I as well take it, just to make sure. Accept the call and press my phone to read the address them. Hello, who's this? I'm Met, initially below hum is static. Can't hear anything on the other end of the line beyond a faint buzzing that sounds like flies no matter where it is. I'll try to strain my ears. Is this a waste of time? Hello? Hello? Who's this? Try again, repositioning my phone against my ears as might help until the moment I do I hear it. Somebody's crying. They're crying my name. Ayumu. Please, Ayumu. Hard to identify the speaker, but given the call is motivated static, but her voice sounds familiar. It's your mother. It's female voice, so much at least I can discern. It's high-pitched and breathy, and it sounds stricken. Ayumu, please wake up. Huh? What do they mean by that? Did I mishear them? Line's so bad that it's not beyond the realm of possibility, but... I think that's enough of that. Running Nagi reaches out before I have a chance to formulate a reply and plucks my phone from my hand. I thought I was gripping on my phone pretty tightly, but Nagi is able to wrest it from me without too much effort. Tight-lipped, Nagi looks down at the caller. She clicks her tongue. Then she hangs up. What a waste of time. Nagi stashes my phone in her own skirt pocket, then plants her hands on her hips. Shouldn't have answered that, Ayumu. I told you not to. You're no fit state to talk to other people right now. Anyway, it's only upset you. What, but Nagi? Look at Nagi and my girlfriend uneasily. Can't see my own expression, of course, but I can feel it twisting. I don't know who was calling, but they sounded really distressed. They were calling out to me. They told me to wake up. What do you think that means? Doesn't mean anything. It's just a prank. Don't pay it any heed. It's probably one of your friends at university praying pretend. Goodness. People can be so considerate. Maybe said too time. Oh god, I'm messing up. Must have had too much time on their hands. They think teasing you is a good use of their time. If half a mind to throw them back, give them peace of my mind. I don't want to give them the satisfaction. They don't deserve it. Well, let's not talk about this anymore. The less said about your so-called friends, the better. Other people are annoying. Let's not worry about them, alright? Alright, I'll try to forget about that then. Good, I'm glad to hear it. Here. The matter of the mysterious cola settled. A giggling Nagi returns to her knitting. I watch her, my head propped up in the pillows, and Nagi manipulates the needle through an arm for its spastal creation. Clack, clack, clack. Serious sunlight, which spills through my window, catches on the edges of the needles, so they seem to flash. Regular repetitive sound of Nagi's needles put me in mind of cracking bones. Nagi looks content enough, poring over knitting, but I'm feeling uneasiness remained. Something is churning again. What is going on here? So there's more to Nagi than what it might initially seem. Something well beyond her cute pom-pom earrings and her sweet smiling face, but... Clack, clack, clack. Can't think of what something more might be. I don't know who she is, but maybe I'm afraid to know. Afraid to ask her. I don't want to hear the answer. I should just keep quiet. It's easy to pretend that everything's alright. Let the sounds of Nagi's knitting wash over me. Clack, clack, clack. With sightless, unseeing eyes, I turn my attention back to the television. Some time passes like this. Don't know how much until Nagi eventually sets her knitting down. Stretches, raising her slender arms over her head, that says in lilting song, sing-song. My, it's getting late. I must have gotten carried away. Heh. Nagi turns to look over me, since do I. Look out of the window, and do I. I didn't realize that being so gross to the TV screen and the sound of Nagi's needles, but the day really has flown by. There's a light azure blue beyond the panes of my window. Well, last I looked, but it's not now. The sky is pitch black. I suppose it's true what they say. Time flies when you're having fun. Heh. Were you having fun? I thought you'd been bored and you mind sitting with me all day. It can't have been that exciting. Oh, Yumi, perish your thought. Being with you is never boring. You're my boyfriend after all. I love you a lot. How could I ever find your company dull? It's barely any company. We aren't even talking. I don't need you. Being with you is enough to make me happy, silly. Huh? Is that so? Nagi's telling the truth then. She must have low standards. I don't think there's anything special me when I'm awake and alert, much less when I'm half asleep. I give it's this sort of agenda here. Either that or she's really easy to please. Wonder which is worse. Wow. He switches and rises, a black skirt sifted about his thighs and suits her fabric down absently beneath her palms. Should probably prepare some dinner for you, dear. You must be starving. Ah. I didn't realize it until Nagi said it, but that she was right. The rice porridge I had earlier is all the food I had today. I should be a lot hungrier than I actually am. Let me see what you have in the fridge. Nagi heads off to the kitchen, the slippered soles are pressing themselves almost soundlessly against the floor. Hear the sound of the kitchen door opening, then a faraway rustle of activity. I imagine Nagi standing by the fridge, bathed in its cool and unnatural light. One finger held her to her chin, and her brow furrowed in thought. What will she find there? Is there anything to find? Can't remember the last time I went to the store. Surprised I had enough ingredients lying around her to make that rice porridge. 2 moments passed before I heard the faint sound of a kitchen door slamming. Nagi must have given up in search for sustenance. Something she was rarely apparently says I'm materializing in the doorway. There isn't very much in the fridge. Nothing, at least, I can't really use. I think I'm gonna have to go to the convenience store. You don't mind waiting for the dinner, do you, Yumi? Oh no, that's fine. Taking a look at the inside of my fridge in a while, but I can't imagine Nagi much more in this beyond maybe a couple of eggs, some slices of plasticky cheese, and some expired vegetables. We're living on cup noodles mostly for the last few months, those and rice crackers. Can't really go wrong with rice crackers, they don't make for the most nutritious of meals. I'll try not to be too long, I don't like leaving you. You'll be alright on your own, will you? Won't you? Sure I will. You don't need a fuss. I'm not a child. I know you're not, but sometimes you can be so petulant. Being petulant right now? Well, maybe. We'll have to wait and see. Promise you you'll stay here, won't you? Be a good boy now. Yeah, I promise. Hey, don't you yeah me, mister. I'm saying this, because I care about you. Don't make me angry. You wouldn't like it when I'm mad. Nagi's voice is light, but I can sense a threatening undercurrent beneath her words. Sounds very invested in making me stay here, more perhaps than simple concern of our health might dictate. Yeah, no shit. Do you really think I'm that frail? Look, I'm going to turn and dust them over I step outdoors. I'm not a vampire. It's not what I like to tell her, but something about expression stops me short. Isn't the sort of expression I want to argue with. Right, I'll stay here. You promise? That's right, I promise. Good. I'll hold you to that. Don't forget it, Emu. If you lie, I might just make you swallow 1,000 needles. Is that a little harsh? No, it's a fairly standard punishment, I think, as far as these things go. And in any case, you would deserve it. You might be a wonderful boyfriend. I won't absolve you of all your crimes. Lying's bad, Emu. It's a sin, and lying to a cute girl like me is the biggest sin of all. Well, that's an interesting way of looking at things. Does lying become more grievous as events are cute to the person being lied to is? Not heard that one before. Are we off now then? Safe lying. Darling, I will see you later. But of course, it's not like you're going to go anywhere. I'll be back before you know it, hehe. Watch it, Nagi bends to put her shoes. Her hair caresses her cheek. Oh, god damn it. Shoes on, she then stands, her pals and her fingers curling around the door handle. The handle shifts, then the lock clicks and Nagi steps out in the doorway. Hallway. Sound of the closing front door echoes through my partner. It's long and dull like an old piece of punctuation. Now that she's gone, I feel relieved. Nagi's absence have found I could finally breathe again. In her company, I found myself forever holding my breath, second-guessing her every mark and movement without being aware that's what I was doing. This is what I was doing. Sweet though she might be, I didn't feel comfortable around her. I think there was more to her than what she's letting on, but I didn't think that might be. To my coolest of my girlfriend, how can that be? I can't remember spending any time with her before, and regardless of how sick I might be, seems unlikely that my fever will be strong enough to completely obliterate all my memories. Things you say is not mapping onto the things I know. I've got no idea how she got in my apartment, not why she seems to know so much about me. I don't know that I can trust her. I don't know if I can take that risk. I don't think I want to spend more time with her. What then should I do? Should I sit in bed like a good little boy waiting for an inevitable return from the shop? Would it be able to serve to try and stage an escape? Leave the apartment. Well, eventually I come to a conclusion. I'm gonna have to leave. Something strange is going on here, from the persistent state of my television to the crying voice which called into me on the telephone. I want to figure out what it is. I'm not going to make any headway on it if that's everything Nagi asks of me. I call myself my nurse, but she's starting to feel eerily like a prison warden. That being the case, I have no choice but to stage a jailbreak. Here my covers back with feels a little damp, and I think I might have squinted over them, gross, and haul myself to my feet. My legs feel weak, but they don't, to my relief collapse beneath me. They're just about strong enough that I can support myself, strong enough to buoy me upon my bedside and over to the kitchen. Push the door open, which cleaves to my touch with a creak, and step inside. The moment I cross the threshold of my kitchen, however, pain pierces my temple, and I double in on myself. My fingers flatten my forehead and I groan. What? Vision begins to blur. I blink. I'm not gonna pass out, am I? My fever really that bad? For a few moments I see, and I think I see the way my kitchen ought to be. This sink piled high with dirty pots and dishes, some of which are cracked. Countertops are covered with crumpled empty soda bottles and aluminium cans. Isn't neat. Your GF isn't real. No! My floor is covered in rubbish, so much so I can seriously see the fake wooden boards beneath it. Flies hum in the air, suspended on silvery wings which bend back and forth. There are flies in the sink. There are flies in the dustbin which is overflowing. One of them lands on my forehead and I cry in alarm. I slap at the fly, but evades me, buzzes off, its wings beating back and forth with a droning hum. So is he dead? Dull pain throbs in my arms where I slap myself, and in my palm. Or maybe he's... Maybe the VR... he is in VR. Must have used more force than I realized. I blink and then... The world is reverted back the way it was before. Countertops are clean as the floor. Everything impeccably tidy. The plates and cups and dishes all stowed away inside their respective cupboards. The kitchen looks wholly respectable again. So called a kitchen not even the neatest, pettiest landlords can find fault with. Tidy kitchen, indisputably, but isn't my kitchen. Isn't what I remember. None of this is. The world is warping around me. Why does my head hurt so much? Stepping through my kitchen on the uneasy feet, half inserting the step on crumpled pet bottles and strewn packages. Convenience saucepan to head towards the sink. My fingers, which are wet and shaking, grip on the edge of the sink for support. Unfocused eyes, I look down. There should be dirty crockery in there, but my expectations are once again betrayed. The sink is more or less empty, apart from the knife Nagi was washing earlier. Must have forgotten it. I was awfully clumsy over it. Then up with some trepidation, I see my own face left in the silvery surface. What seems to be goading me into taking it? Maybe I ought to bring it with me just in case. Just in case what? I don't know, I feel so unnerved, though a bit of protection will go a long way. This knife is quite long though, there's no way I'll be able to hide it on me. Maybe there'll be one conspicuous weapon somewhere else in the kitchen? I start here and there until eventually I spot a pair of scissors. The scissors are used for cutting meat. So neatly in the circular pot with similar utensils, wooden spoons, tongs, and the like. These scissors are smaller than a knife. They should be easier than a hive. I think I probably fit inside my pocket. I push to come myself inside the waistband of my trousers. No choices. Take the scissors. Should be able to conceal them fairly easily, and the blade should be sharp enough to push come to sharp to defend myself. I really won't come to that, of course, but it never hurts to be repaired. I'm just taking the precautions necessary against an unknown enemy. That doesn't mean I'll let you use the scissors, though. I would don't have to. So the shaking fingers I reach for the scissors would lie in their pot, innocent, unassuming in their sated disuse on the kitchen counter. I clasp them, claim and aside them in my pocket. Feel the blades pressing themselves against my thigh, even though through the fabric of my trousers. They're cold and unforgiving, as the weapons tend to be, designed for no purpose beyond cutting. With some luck, they should be able to cut my connection to Nagi too. Decision made, I turn on my heels and approach the front door. I expected to be locked. Why should any of my attempted escape be easy? My surprise, the handle twists easily enough beneath my fingers. Lock clicks, and then the door, rather anticlimactically, opens inwards. So I expect one feverish breath into the cool air. That was quite the surprise, but I'm not sure it's wholly unpleasant. The door refused to broad shoulder, giving me an excuse to give up on my attempted escape. Wouldn't have to take my future into my own hands. Sounds like quite a tempting thought, actually, surrendering myself to the devoted hands of a sweet, doting girlfriend. No, I can't let myself think like that. The door's open despite all the odds, so it must be a sign of something, surely. Means I shouldn't stay here. Time to face reality. Looks like this swirled in my mind to stand there in the threshold on the door, looking out into the hall. The hallway is dark, save for the strip lighting on the ceiling. These lights fit ominously on and off. Can't see any windows. I don't know what the outside looks like. Just one long, unendless hallway, beige walls and a brown floor. Fluorescent lights. The lights are too bright. My eyes are starting to hurt. My head hurts too. Retreating will be too much easier, but I know if I did that, I'll never be able to forgive myself. I squeeze my eyes shut in an attempt to steady myself. I inhale. I step into the hallway. Door of my apartment swings shut behind me with a dull thud. One that seemed on a proper Hriftel. There was no turning back now. Head down the hallway slowly, softly, my footsteps shy as shuffling. My short steps. Friendly aware with every step I take, the Nagi might return, might catch me trying to abscond. Look around anxiously as I walk. Doors pass by me, doors after door after door, but they're all shut. Handles to fix these doors look oddly sinister in the dark, and the lights which keep guttering on and off. I retreat from the smooth wooden surface of the doors like something violent. The light catches on these door handles, dozens and dozens of them, stretching on for infinity, and I shiver. Feels like the hallway's choking me. Where are the stairs? How am I going to escape? Maybe I was a fool to disobey Nagi. I shouldn't have ignored her. She told me to stay inside for a reason. Now I'm starting to think that maybe this was a reason. I told me not to leave because I can't leave. This isn't an option. I want to turn back, but I don't. Instead I continue to walk. Walk and I walk and I walk, until the backs of my feet rub against my shoes and it starts to hurt. Heart is hammering in my chest. I can hear reverberating inside my skull. It doesn't stop me from moving, though. I keep on walking. I walk and I walk and I walk and I walk and I walk, and the backs of my feet are still rubbing against my shoes. Still hurts. Heart is hammering in my chest. I can hear it reverberating inside my skull. That doesn't stop me from moving, though. I continue to walk. I walk and 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 I walk, and the backs of my feet are really rubbing against my shoes now. It hurts a lot. My heart is hammering in my chest. I can hear it reverberating inside my skull. I still didn't stop though. Continue to walk. Walk and I 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 walk until reach what seemed to be a bend in the hallway. Something different, at long last. Must be making progress. Hurry onward, hoping to find the stairs, to find a lift, to find something to help me escape from this nightmare. Like all nightmares, my attempts at escape are soon halted. First I should have expected it. I think part of me did. I was just waiting for it. She's here. She's come to greet me. Her irises are cold and hard, like two stones pressing into her skin. Her lips are pursued in a line which portrays not even the slightest figure of emotion. One hand she's holding a shopping bucket, a cheap plastic thing, one which a glass-shaped head of a green Indian produced. Such a cliche, I could laugh. Nagi. I inhale. What are you doing here? Might be a more apt question, be a pointless one. I know what she's doing here. She's come to stop me from leaving. There's a lot of notice however. You have to ask? Nagi's voice when it comes is every bit as cold and hard as the expression. The way that the cherry lit would have grown so accustomed. I'm your girlfriend, Ayumi. I love you more than anyone else in the whole world, but right now I think you hate me more than anyone else in the whole world too. Nagi delivered this without emotion whatsoever. Her love and her hate are wholly dispassionate. Might as well be talking about the weather. You shouldn't be out here. I told you to leave. I told you to promise. Said you'd stay put. Why didn't you? Do you want to upset me? No, that isn't it. Then what is it? There wasn't any particular reason, really. I just wanted some fresh air. It's an excuse, of course, and a blatantly obvious one at that. It's almost laughable. In fact, given how dark and featureless this hallway is, how oddly devoid of windows. There's a place that seems sealed off from the outside world. There's no fresh air to be had here. It's all shut up and stagnant. What a fool I am. Nagi takes a step forward. Hair shifts about her shoulders. Eyes boring her mind as well. Quietly, she says, I don't believe you. Nagi, please. I think you're lying to me, and there's one thing I simply cannot forgive. You upset me. You upset me, Ayumi. You've been a very, very bad boy, and bad boys deserve to be punished. Nagi, wait. Can we talk about this? I cry at Nagi, but to little avail. I don't think she's listening to me anymore. She ever was. Did she ever care about what I wanted? Nagi's face is mask-like. Her features are lank and staring, the two cutouts in her white, featureless face. Her grip in the carrier bag slackens. Bag kicks the floor with a dull, almost anticlimactic thud, and then as she steps towards me. Promise me you wouldn't leave, Ayumi. You promised. How could you lie to a cute girl like me? How could you? Nagi. Say her name, but it feels like a pointless gesture. I don't think she can be reasoned with. Discourse is never an option. I no choice really but to run. I don't know what it is exactly that Nagi means to do to me, but I don't want to stay and find out. Just knock her out. She's tiny. This different gods I turn on my heels on, stumbling in the process. Nagi's moving very quickly. She's almost upon me already. How's that possible? Everything seems to be possible here. Reality is contracting about itself. It's compressing. The world is shrinking. The world is this apartment, and the apartment is under Nagi's control. Does that make Nagi the world? What am I then? Can I really escape from her? I don't know, but I have to try. Run through the hallway after hallway, pain knifing through my ribs all the while. Walls around me are morphing. They're melting. Wallpaper flakes off in strips around me. The apartment is peeling itself like a giant apple. Light fixtures above me blink. They gutter. The world is plunged into darkness, but illuminates itself brightly, too brightly. I blink. Bright spots burst in front of my vision like fungi. The hallways are undulating. The world is pulsating. Changes so much with every single step. I feel dizzy. It's hard to maintain my balance, especially with Nagi pursuing me. Is she gaining on me? I swear I can feel breath on my back of my neck, but no one can't stop the check. Can't turn around. Dash through beige hallways and blue hallways, garish orange hallways, and high ceiling hallways. Hallways are all devoid of windows. They twist and they turn like plastered, papered, painted rabbit warrens. Can't hear much beyond the sounds of my own footsteps, beyond my own heart beating. There's a faint sound in the background like running water, an ominous and ever-present hum. Flies? My kitchen was full of them. What about the black garbage bags all the way decaying upon the floor? I didn't bother to throw the bags away. I didn't try to get rid of the flies. What a pointless endeavor. I endured them instead. I've been enduring a lot recently, but I can't keep doing that. I need to escape. Oh. Ha ha ha. I have no idea how long I've been running. This always seems to stretch on forever. I can't make any sense out of them. Mine seems to have shrunken during my serpent's flight to the size of a walnut. Can't fit any thoughts into my head. They're leaking out of me. I'm coming undone. Still Nagi continues to pursue me. I don't think she'll ever stop. Doesn't matter how fast I run, she'll find me again. Why wouldn't she? She's my girlfriend after all. She loves me. But why? So this question is mine. If I escaped from the mouse hallways was trapped me among them. Send a flight of stairs, the soles of my shoes slapping against every step, emerge in the last empty space with bead walls and a carpeted floor. I recognize this room. This is the entrance of my apartment building. Need only approach these glass doors at the end and I'll be able to escape. That's my plan, at least. My jubilation soon runs dry on approaching the exit. The doors are glass and should therefore be transparent. I can't see anything beyond them. I can't see the street. I can't see the road. I can't even see the sky. Where did the rest of the world go? Approach the doors. They ought to be automatic, but they don't move. Instead, they remain stubbornly shut. Well, shit. So much for that plan. Hey, Yumu. Unagi stood just behind me, descending the stairs. Her pace was as slow as ever and unhurried. I don't know why she didn't bother running. She knew I wouldn't be able to escape from her. She knew there was nowhere for me to go. What do you think you're doing? Did I tell you it was pointless? I open my mouth. Can't say much more than that. The saliva tastes like ashes on my tongue. Her stomach churns. You don't need to reply to me. Don't bother. I don't want to hear more of your lies. How do you continue to answer me? Arms swinging limply beside her. It hurts me, you know, when you run away from me like this. Can't you understand that? Thud, thud, thud go Nagi's footsteps. Even they sound unforgiving. He's relentless. Let's stop playing silly games. Come back upstairs with me. Let me put you to bed. What were you hoping to gain anyway by coming down here? Didn't you give up in the outside world already? Must have, otherwise you never would have been able to meet me. Something about what Nuggy said strikes a chord with me. I could be drifting ever since I woke up, but something clicked into place. I remember what happened. First it was the plane. When it hit me, it was intense, so much so I felt like vomiting. For a while, pain was all I knew. It was all my body was. The large school of tires on tarmac and the pitter-patter of rain which fell on the damp, glossy road. The smell of oil in the air, and prismatic colours reflected in the puddles scattered about me. There was blood too, an awful lot of it. I haven't quite so much blood inside me. My mid-temple was cut, my body was crumpled, I could hardly breathe. I didn't want to breathe. People around me were shouting, screaming. Pedestrians clustered around me, stepping through puddles, splashing icy droplets of water about in their wake. Somebody probably called an ambulance. I don't remember that, though. This is where everything starts to get hazy. My consciousness began to unravel. Then I passed out. When I finally woke up hours or days or weeks or months or centuries later, I was here in the first summer of my apartment with Nagi sitting next to me. She said she was my girlfriend. I doubt that, though. Never had a girlfriend before, and now I'll never get the chance. I was hit by a car. Oh, you were Isekai! Truck-kun. No, it was his car-kun. Half Isekai. If he was hit by a truck, he would have got to the good world. But he got hit by a car, so he got to the bad world. I should be dead. What's going on? You couldn't handle the real world, Yumi. It was too much for you. There's a lot of pressure on you to reform, from your parents and from your professors and from yourself, and it became too much. You're delicate, so you got scared. You're afraid you will break, so you decided to run away from it all. No. Yes, you did. You know you did. You know what you are. Takes another step forward, and her nose is almost brushing mine. She reaches out. You're a coward. The white slender finger seized my neck. Reality starts the moment she touched me. Static comes inside my soul. My head feels like it's going to split apart. Body sapped all its energy, lifts to one side. Head hits the carpeted floor with a thud, just like it did on the roadside. It starts to explode inside my eyelids. I blink. Now much time had passed when I finally come to, I see Nagi is sitting on top of me. That's kinda hot. Pinning me in place against the thread red carpet, her thighs clenching my body in place upon the floor. Fingers of both her hands are wound and pound my throat, and her eyes are trained upon mine. Crossing out of my neck is painful, but I think the soulless, empty look in this wide tunnel-like eyes of hers is even more so. Can't ride away from her. Oh no! Not an anime girl choking me. Can't escape from her. She has me immobilized so effectively she might as well have driven nails into my hair palms. Just give it up, Ayumi. Ogi speaks calmly despite the violence of her actions. She sounds hollow, empty. People like you can't survive in the real world. You weren't made for it. You're too sensitive. Every failure felt like a knife through your throat, and every single setback made you want to cry. His fingernails biting into my skin. It hurts. He kept picking itself up as best as you could, but eventually enough was enough. You're weak, like I said to you. Enough came before most people's would. You couldn't keep going. His eyes are so big I feel like I drowned in them. No shame in that. You're ready, you recognize your limitations, that's why you did what you did. I didn't need to tell you about your failures. You know about them already. Nagi. Those long fair hairs brushing my cheek, it trickles. Why are you doing this? You should know that already. My answer is the same as it's always been. I'm doing this for your sake. Mine? Yes, yours. I think you'd be happier this way. Deep down, I know you think the same. Otherwise, you never would have stepped out into that busy road. Is that what you wanted? Is it what I wanted? I don't know. I don't remember. I don't think I want to remember. Thoughts are all blurred, but those words adjusted something in my memory. She said I walked into the road. Could have been an accident, or something I did on purpose, and it's something a happy, well-adjusted person does. I haven't been happy or well-adjusted in a long, long time. I was trying to forget all about that. I wanted to forget about it, but Gurk. It's all coming back to me. I remember what I did. Remember who I am. I'm Seto Yumi, a second-year student at a small, relatively unaccredited university in Tokyo. I've always been quiet, so I've never been good at making friends. Didn't have any friends, in fact, at university. First year was lonely, but I still attended lectures. I got my essays done and I completed my end-of-year exams. Did what I expected me, and when my parents called me, which I often did, to check up on me, I told them everything was fine. Said I'd been having fun. That was a lie. I was tired and stressed and overwhelmed more often than not. I was sad with it, because everyone else seemed to be enjoying themselves, but I wasn't. I didn't know how to enjoy myself. It was part way into my second year that I gave up everything. Going to my lectures stopped feeling like a worthwhile endeavor. Didn't make me happy. I didn't think anything could have cheered me up beyond a human interaction. That was impossible. I too was awkward. I didn't know what to do, so I retreated in on myself. I shut myself away inside my apartment because that was easy going outdoors. Why are you web model? It's even though making an effort to change. I didn't take out the rubbish, so it overflowed. I didn't clear my apartment, so it started to stink. I opened the windows during the summer when it was hot and muggy. I felt like I was melting simply lying down in my bed without the flies in. I rarely brushed my teeth, barely showered, and hardly even changed my clothes. There wasn't anything I wanted to do, so I didn't do anything. I didn't go anywhere. I didn't speak to anybody. It's a neat. Neat. Just lay in bed for days and then scrolling from the internet on my phone or my laptop and reading through some of my favorite light novel series. I had no plans, obligations, or responsibilities. The absence of external stimulation had cheered me up. A few days it did. Not anxiety was a constant companion throughout the time when university began to lessen. Finally felt for the first time in a long time I could breathe. The air, when I breathed it in, stank of rancid food in my unwashed body. My eyes began to sting and my head pounded. I had headaches all the time back then. Maybe it was because of the smell. It was putrid. Uh-oh, stinky. I'm surprised the Peter living in the apartment across the hall didn't complain about me. In time, my abundance of time began to feel more like a curse than a blessing. There were too many hours in the day and I didn't know how to fill them. Without lectures or essays to worry about, I had no idea what I was supposed to do with myself. To read Chichiru's Elf Forest. That was when I hit upon the idea of writing a story of my own. A story set in the Unity universe bearing some similarities to Elf Forest, but my own devising. I had the idea for Crimson Fantasia for a while. I toyed with the idea of writing it, but I always managed to talk myself out of it. I thought to be repeating my time spent trying to blend in with everyone else in the university, and my best efforts would all be in vain. True, it always is. Like the Iron Virus. The Iron Virus has been in vain. Don't care to me during the day-to-day in the real world. I wouldn't even care about my stories either. Telling it seemed pointless. I had so much time I had to do something with it. This is why I started to write Crimson Fantasia. I didn't have anything better to do. Wrote like a man possessed, and soon realized once I began the writing was a pretty fun way to while away the hours. But the days passed by more quickly and gave me a real sense of purpose. I wrote most of the daily tales about Crimson Fantasia's plot and characters already, so I didn't hit any major stumbling blocks. I didn't have to scramble up to think up ideas, and I didn't have to sit there agonizing where I wondered where a story should go. I knew most of that. I just needed to get the story out of my head and onto the laptop in a format other people could experience. Laptop. I hate laptops. Wanted other people to experience Crimson Fantasia too. I put enough effort into it, so much so keeping it myself would seem like a waste. Reposted the sole blog I had ages ago, back during high school, in the place to upload Crimson Fantasia. I uploaded my story chapter to chapter, sometimes updating thrice weekly, and I waited, my breath bated, to see what sort of responses I get. Wasn't expecting miracles, of course. Didn't generally think, this time at Go Dreams, Crimson Fantasia would tend to the same level of critical and commercial success as Elf Forest. Who was I in comparison to Shumi Ryu? Nobody, really. I was just a university dropout with overactive in imagination. I told myself when I first began to share Crimson Fantasia that I'd be happy if only 1 or 2 people read it. They didn't even need to leave any comments on it. Just want to know if my story's out there in the world, that a few people knew it existed and liked it. Relatable. That'll legitimize my efforts. Prove that writing wasn't a waste of my time after all. Besides, so fairly humble, or so I thought, and within the first few days of posting Crimson Fantasia's first chapter on my old blog, they were actually exceeded. Crimson Fantasia's first chapter was viewed 42 times and received comments, 3 of them in fact. Yes. Can't remember the 2 of these comments, so very words of support, very brief and perfunctory, but I remember the 3rd. Never forget it. That was the first comment I received on Nagato. Feedback, I always saw Nagato as a girl, far more in depth than those which the other commenters had left. There were several paragraphs storing your feelings towards the story, settings and its characters. Crazy oppressive atmosphere of the story, how much detail gone into an earned character's personality. Says you thought how was a pitiful sort of character, sounding compelling. Not suits you were waiting for the future chapters eagerly, but soon wait to see how Haru would develop. Wanted him to use the second lease of life to become stronger. Wanted him to be happy too. Naturally, I was elated that my story has prompted such an emotional response among its readers, and such a lengthy one at that. Thought about the review for days afterwards. Whenever it crossed my mind, I smiled. With Nagato's early support that encouraged me to keep working on Crimson Fantasia. Rework the early chapters were just yet to publish. Polishing until they shone. Then make some changes too to the later chapters to place more of a focus back on Haru's struggles as he traversed the world of Grimoire. Posting new chapters semi-regularly, and Nagato commented on all of them. Sometimes it took her a day or 2 to leave a mini-review. She always did it. She was reliable as clockwork. Man, so relatable. Then we regular feedback for months on end, 2 months on end, in fact, during my would upload almost 50 chapters of my sprawling magnum opus. Didn't do anything during these months, beyond writing Crimson Fantasia. Wrote, fueled by Nagato's praise. This idyllic period didn't last forever. These things never do. It's on chapter 53 of Crimson Fantasia that Nagato stopped leaving me feedback. They passed in 2, then 3, and still Nagato said nothing about the newest chapter. Well, I tried to tell myself, these things happen, baby, she's busy. Didn't know a thing about Nagato's life, but I knew she did on one beyond Crimson Fantasia. She could have been working night shifts. Could have been studying for exams. She could have been on holiday. Told myself to be patient, I waited. Week passed, 2 weeks passed, eventually a month passed, and Nagato says do not leave comment on chapter 53 of Crimson Fantasia. Read more chapters in the interim and published them. Nagato did not give me feedback on any of these either. Neither did anybody else. Put a huge amount of effort in rendering the world of Crimson Fantasia, and nobody seemed to care, not even Nagato. Yes, relatable. So relatable. This is like 3 months of my life and done nothing to work on Crimson Fantasia at one end. Yeah. There's very little point. It's been forgotten about. Nagito had stopped caring about Grimoire and about Haru and about his adventures. She, who the most urgent, steadfast supporter, drifted away from our world and from me. I think that realization is what broke me. Stop caring about my characters. Stop caring about the story. Stop caring about myself too, which is probably why I did it. Stepped down in the middle of the road, just like Haru in the first chapter of Crimson Fantation, also like Haru, it was not a mistake. Actions were cold and calculated. Luke calls to drive the car to hit me untold trauma, but I didn't care about them. I was only thinking about myself. I just wanted an escape. I wanted to be happy, right? Well, you can forget about that. You'll never be happy in the real world. People are thoughtless and selfish, and they only ever think about themselves. They know how hard life is for you. And even if they did, they wouldn't care. So true. Like they didn't care what I do. I'm better than she is. That's why you should stay here. Enough to burn, but hair is broken. It was very soft, like a lover's embrace. Said she loved me, but I still have my doubts. What is that love based on? After all, you're not Nagito then. I'm not, no. You never did pluck up the courage to speak to her, though you really wanted to. You did fantasize about it a lot, though. You wanted to talk to her, didn't you? Wanted her to be a pretty homely girl and support you, not just with your writing, but with the rest of your life. Wanted her to cook for you and clean for you. You didn't want her to leave you. You thought with every message she sent you that you might one day fall in love with you. That's why you created me. I know you're ideal woman. Is this what you want? I open my mouth, perhaps we need to counter, but Nagi interrupts me. Don't try to argue me, please. It's a waste of your breath. That is a precious resource you can't really afford to waste. I know what it is you want. I know everything that you think. You can lie to everyone else, but you can't lie to me. What that means? Staring at Nagi's such intensity, my eyes threatened to escape their sockets. Seeing my own face was probably a blessing, but shouldn't be surprised my skin is beginning to turn blue. Hard to breathe, but I still try. I need to know before I succumb to Nagi's aggressive affection what exactly she is. Is this real? This one is definition of the world. I'm sorry if it's real enough at the moment, or your judgment might be the best. Did lose a lot of blood. Your thoughts must feel jumbled. Sure, this has all been very confusing for you ever since you woke up. This world isn't quite the same as the one you're used to. These things are also wrapped in my throat. She hasn't relented at all. Anything I think she might be squeezing me even harder. She's trying to prove her love to me. So her love is pretty intense. This is a dream, why fight against it? Reality is no good. That's why you started writing stories. You couldn't cope with the world, so you had to retreat in your own. Couldn't control your own life, but you could control the lives of your characters. Oh, Japanese, just live at home with your mom again. It'll be fine. Your mom will understand. Japanese are weird. Never had to feel actions on the trail where you were blinding. This is all predictable. You planned everything out. You were content with that for a while. In the end, you got greedy. You wanted more than a made-up happiness. You wanted somebody to love you. You tried to endure your loneliness the best you could, but everyone has a breaking point. Couldn't keep going. Please make it stop. So you tried to put an end to it. That's too much. You tried. I can't keep enduring this. But you failed. You made a mess of things just like you make a mess of everything. Nagi, please. But that's alright. I still love you no matter how much you screw up. I love you no matter how pathetic and pitiful you are. I love you while you're still clinging to life, and I really love you even after you died. I always love you, Yumi, like nobody else can. I didn't have any choice in the matter. I was born to be in love with you. It hurts so much. I thought I already died once, so why? Why didn't you let me do that? Stay with me, Yumi. I take good care of you. Nothing will ever hurt you ever again. All you need to do is obey me. Don't fight me. You don't want to break my heart, do you? No. Do you? Vision is beginning to blur. I can't breathe. Can't breathe, I can't breathe, I can't breathe. It hurts. Nagi said you're going to take care of me. If I agreed to stay with her, would she let go of me? Should make the pain go away. I don't want to hurt anyone. I'm tired of hurting. Been hurting for such a long time and nobody noticed. Nobody cared. Nobody but Nagi. Can't abandon her, can I? Right, Nagi. No, you mustn't be a NEET. Fight her! Nuggets fans are the easy option. I don't think it's the right option. I've been doing what's easy for the last months, and it hasn't made me happy. If anything, it's only succeeded to make me feel even more miserable. I thought it'd be better if I kept away from people, but I'm starting to doubt that. I don't want to stay indoors anymore, hiding from the world. I don't want to run away from reality. I thought I was ready to throw my life away. I was wrong. I don't want to die. I don't want to disappear. There's still a lot I want to do. I want to tell my parents how much I appreciate them. I want to dry my mother's tears. I want to write more words too. Nobody's there to read them, not even Nagiko's. I've had lost interest in Crimson Fantasia, but I haven't. I don't want to betray my dreams. I don't want to betray my characters. I have to keep struggling, just like Haru. It's the thought which spurs me to take action, quite unlike any Haru was ever take. He's a gentleman, so never hurt a girl, but I have no such connotations with Nagi. Not with her fingers wound around my throat. She's not going to play nice, I won't either. It's not like it matters much anyway. Nagi isn't real. I need her up. She's a construct, just like Haru and Eris and Hermione, and put them through a lot worse. Made them suffer horribly for the sake of Crimson Fantasia's story. I can do the same thing with Nagi. I won't let her stop me. Fingers creep super into my pocket where a scissors is stashed. Eyes narrow with determination, and then, Amy, what are you? Strike. Put the scissors from my pocket as quickly as I was able to toss them upwards. Scissors punch Nagi's cheek, and like a banshee she streaks. Lady's arms back, one's hands clasped over her face. Lady's shoulders are convulsing. Red sticky blood is seeping through her splayed fingers. Drips against the carpeted floor like falling rain. Drip, drip, drip. Lady's fingers are slick with the stuff. It might as well be strawberry jam. Her face, however, is ghostly white, the same color as flour. Her chest rises and falls erratically beneath her blouse. Gashi glares at me and says, "You regret this, Yumi. How could you? How could you?" I only did what I have to do. Which markedly calm despite the adrenaline is coursing through my body. I my scissors down my shirt, then get to my feet. I look down the Nagi slumped to the ground, still bleeding, and say, "Don't act like you wouldn't have done the same to me. You're trying to choke me." "I'm trying to help you." "Yes, I know, that's what you thought. Saying you isn't helpful. I'm never going to get anything done like this. You hypocrite. You were the one who shut yourself in there in the first place. That's what you wanted. Wanted to make your dreams come true. If I did for your sake, and this is how you repay me. How could you? I'm very heartless, I know, but I still don't think I owe you anything. I mean, you're not really my girlfriend, are you? You're just a phantom I created." Nagi might have taken on the form of a cute girl, but she's nothing more than a shadow. She's my shadow. Sorry, I know you meant well, but this... Look around the apartment void, the flickering lights and the flashing exit sign. This isn't what I want anymore. Might have given up on my goals, my ambitions, and even my stories. The real Nagito is still out there. She told me I wanted to read the rest of Crimson Fantasia, so I can't disappoint her. I want to give it a satisfying conclusion for her sake. She doesn't care about you, Yumi. Not like I do. She abandoned you. Maybe she did. It's alright though. I don't need her approval to keep writing. I don't need anybody's approval. I still want to keep going. I want to finish what I started at the very least, and that means I can't let things end here. So you're going to go back? You're going to subject yourself to being alone and being miserable in a world you can't stand? To finish off some stupid story no one else cared about? Yeah, I guess I am. I guess it sounds like a little silly you praise it like that. But it's not true, you know, that nobody cares about Crimson Fantasia. Nagito doesn't. Maybe she doesn't. I do, though. I'm not so jaded as I've given up, even if you had. I want to see how my story ends. Be ways not to. My scissors dropped to the floor to glance about. Breathing heavily, more so I have in a long time. It's been a while since I asserted myself like that. A while since I asserted myself in general. I don't often leave my apartment. So I found myself trapped here in my half-formed embryonic dreamland. Came over the last few months to associate my apartment with safety. Nobody came to visit me and nobody called me apart my parents, and even then that was sparingly. Didn't have to answer to anybody other than myself. I never held accountable for my actions. I didn't want to. I couldn't handle the outside world, like Nagi so simply said, so I hid from it. So sitting in the same spot, unmoving, I was in essence running away. Tired of running now, though. Spent too long in this apartment already, in the real world. I don't want to be stuck in my dreams, too. Not with Nagi, still bleeding on the floor. Perforated cheek is still oozing blood. Blood which changed the colour of the flickering of the lights overhead. Sometimes her blood looks black. Other times it looks bright red. Lips, meanwhile, pursed like a princess's from the fairy tales. It's like she's waiting for a kiss. Wonder if I bend over grand request, I might be able to take all her pain away. So what she'll give me for forgetting her. She had no choice in the matter. I'm the one who created her. She's my delusion, just like Eris and Hermione. She just loved me, which I suppose is a nice enough fantasy. I'd say I dislike the thought of being turned on by a pretty young girl like Nagi forever and ever. Would you be satisfying when the love isn't real? There's a daydream I could do without. It's finally time to wake up. So is that it? Oh. So I guess that's it. Oh more. Please, sir, I want some more. I want some more. Someone's calling out to me. Sounding anxious, leaving my comfortable, cozy state of non-existence. Hang on, wait, is this? It's starting to hurt again. What's going on? I don't know. Tell you don't remember her. Really, a couple? Well, of course we are. It's kind of because it makes you terrible. Why she looks so angry? I'd be upset though. Wouldn't lie about this to you, me. Do you think I'm a liar? No, I guess not, but... Well, good, don't ask me silly questions then. It's quite hurtful, really, being told by your own boyfriend he doesn't remember you. When as sick you are, I'll be upset. It's the expected, I guess. You'd be a little confused, given you have such a high fever. Guess I can't let you off the hook. For now, at least. Here we go. Is this safe to eat? Very popular. Sung endless hours of the story, but I don't think it ever caught on. Found people commented on the story in the beginning, so seemed promising me. Even these regulars dropped off past the 10th chapter, so... God damn, this is so relatable. Everybody dropped off from the IM virus as well. I'm sad now. I told my story, the public at large didn't seem to care very much about it, if at all. It's such hard to get any meaningful attention that even a cynic myself had imagined. I was nobody, really. She at least was always there for me. Commented every single new chapter of mine. Stay awake. This... What happens if I get it perfect? Really anything. Alright, I'll try. Take the knife. Maybe take the scissors. I'll take the scissors. I'll stay with Nagi. Alright. I won't try to escape again, I promise. Please don't hurt me, Mommy Maggie, Nagi. Oh, Yumi. Lady sighs to somewhat breathlessly, a violet eyes filling as she speaks with emotion. Does that mean you're going to stay with me? Yes, that's right. I'll stay with you. Forever? Who you want, I'll always be by your side. I promise. Oh, Yumi. Now you bends down. Still straddling her thighs either side of my chest, and fingers are still wound about my throat. That's hot. Hot. Attempted strangulation seems also getting a stir of affection. Fair hair coils against my cheek. Brushes my skin. Lips purse and softly she says, I'm so happy to hear you say that. Take really good care of you, so please don't worry. You never have to feel like a failure ever again. I'll never make you feel scared or sad. Pour everything into me. These fingers tighten around my throat, and let it all go. My vision very blurry, starting to skew. The world is running like it's being viewed through a damp, watery window pane. My head is aching. My whole body hurts, so I can't forget when I'm with Nagi. She sits atop me, leans in more closely, her lips pursed. Then she kisses me. Lips impress themselves upon mine, even gentler than falling snow. His lips continue to form a ring about my neck. My head's beginning to fall shut, bit by bit. Sigh, I finally surrender myself to Nagi. Let her love consume me. Mine seems to enlarge, it expands, then it collapses. My body gives one last pitiful jerk. Yumi, oh god, Yumi. Now everything goes black. What's going on? Don't remember. I do all the bad endings. What if I take the knife? Well, I said, I hope she will. The knife should help me fight back. I've never stabbed anybody before. How hard could it be? Hoping to be fairly self-explanatory. She's made to turn my heels and approach the front door. Wish I was all you after. Why did you take that knife with you? Because I'm surprised by my own actions, which admittedly I am in part. I haven't forgotten about the knife per se, but I've found what intended purpose was. Took her from the kitchen as a means of self-protection. Did I use it to what? To build an agony to try to stop me? Did I seriously mean to stab her? Can I really do that? Shouldn't we walk around with that, Yumi? You'll hurt yourself. Give it to me, please. She'll teach us. She doesn't sound angry. It doesn't sound like much of anything else either. Voice is a void just like her face, and this somehow is more chilling than anger would be. At least I'll know how to react to that. At least it would make her feel more human. No. I can't just make that knife handle clutch in my shaking hands. I can't give it to you. You can't. Nagi's eyes narrow. Well, you won't. I don't. I mean, Nagi. What do you mean to do with it? I'm going to make dinner, silly. It'll be shame to let it go. These grains go to waste when they went out to buy them, and he needs something to eat, Yumi. That's why you're acting out like this. You're hungry. It has addled you. Give me that knife. I won't say anything more about it or what you might have been planning. If you promise you'll be a good boy from now on, why don't you let me look after you? Looking ugly worriedly, my eyeballs still sitting inside my skull. So you offer me a choice? What should I do? Reject Nagi. No! Try to sound firm. My voice is wavering to an embarrassing degree. The words are too big for my throat and I choke on them. When they be look after me? How can I when I don't even know who you are? What do you want from me? I just want to take care of you. I don't believe you. You called me a liar, but I don't think you ever once been honest to me. Who are you, anyway? He told you who I am. Or who you wish I was in any case. Is that more or less the same thing? No, it's not. I can't accept that. I can't accept you. I never asked you to look after me. I never asked you any of this. Just leave me alone. Let me go. Let you go? Now he takes another step towards me. The plastic carrier bag she's still gripping shifts. then wrestles against her thigh. I'm sorry, Yumi, but I can't do that. Why not? Because there's nowhere to let you go to. You can't leave. Why else do you think you've been walking for so long? This world won't allow it. No, that can't be true. That's insane. It is, though. Just accept it. You'll be happier than this that way. They give me the knife. Leave me alone. Give it to me now, otherwise you'll be sorry. I'm sorry already. I'm sorry any of this happened. I'm sorry I ever met you. Just leave me alone. So stick my soles from the ground, which seemed during the last few minutes to root ourselves to the carpet, then just rolled as best as I can. Draw back my right hand, meaning to strike a blow against Nagi. I mean to plunge the blade of this knife inside her chest where a cold, unfeeling heart beats. Gurk! Oh dear, well. That's how I didn't warn you. My best attempts are all in vain. Nagi's too quick for me. She zips one side, avoiding the blade with ease, and drops the shopping bag to the ground. Plastic crinkles. The green tipped spring onion shoots the floor through the sound of its descent is muffled by the carpet. Nagi didn't have any eggs in the bag, so top of them probably break from the force of impact. Not, I suppose, that this matters. I have more important issues to worry about beyond the cracked eggs, even spilt milk. Oh fuck. Nung. Nagi, you. Press my fingers to my stomach. They're shaking. My hand away. I see through dazed and half-lidded eyes how I find a stand of bright red garish. Red. Something bit inside me. Something sharp would make my innards twitch, slightly with every inhalation. I underestimated Nagi. I didn't know her reflexes were so swift. Didn't know she was so strong. I didn't think she had to overpower me so easy. It hurts. It hurts, it hurts, it hurts. Ugh. Slumped to the ground. My knees hit the carpet in perfect synchrony. One single muffled thud. I can't breathe. Hurts more than I thought it would. It hurts more than I can endure. It hurts, it hurts, it hurts. Oh, Yumi. Nagi stands above me. She looks unmoved by my suffering. You are a silly boy. You have no idea what's good for you. This all could have been avoided if you only listened to me. No, Isn't so late for you now. We can try this again. This is your dream after all. Repeat this as many times as you want, as many times as it takes. You just need to learn to accept me. Why don't we give that a try? They do want the best for you, you know. Nagi kneels in front of me. Gently she reaches out and then cups my face with both her hands. I feel her fingers against my clammy cheeks, they're nice and cool, and I sigh against her touch. Close proximity also serves to offset the pain of the knife's blade. I really do love you. It's so much I feel like I'm going to throw up. Carpet is splattered with blood. Front of my shirt and my fingers are deluged and stuffed. I love you when you're working hard to pursue your passions. Chest feels tight. But I love you when you're giving up on everything too and you just want to cry. Still bleeding, whatever stop. I love you when you're lying in bed and you're too sick to stand up. Vision is starting to blur. I love you when you're slumped on the ground in a puddle of your own blood. I can't feel the tips of my own fingers. I love the hard-working, industrious Yumi, but I also love the scared, shy, awkward, anxious, pathetic Yumi. I'm going numb. I love all of you. Lead this forward, but that's alright. I'm not alone. Nagi's here to catch me. She won't leave. She told me that she wouldn't. I would be an awful liar, but I'm never going to let you go. She at least always keeps her word. I promise. Look. Probably getting in front of Nagi's blast body. She doesn't seem to mind that. She continues to cradle me, her fingers pressed against the arc of my spine like an overgrown baby as I twitch. I tremble. And a miracle happens. My vision turns black. My limbs spasm in one last desperate grasp. Finally, I'm free. I thought it would be scary, which is why I trembled so much, but I think I'm getting used to it by now. Really not that bad, not existing. Oh, atheism. You can do the disappear. No, I'm an atheist. Isolate, groggily glance upwards. Didn't take anything. I think I'm better off going outdoors empty-handed. I want to risk upsetting Nagi. She'd see me with a weapon in this case. I don't think I need one. Why Nagi want to hurt me? She's supposed to be my girlfriend. You see, I like to think I'll be able to talk things through with her. What would I do with a pair of scissors anyway, much less a knife? Not a violent person. I feel faint at the sight of blood. My decision made to turn on my heels. There we go. I can fight her off anyway, even if I want to do. Nothing I can do, surrender, nothing I can say except, alright. Try to escape again, I promise. Oh, Yumi. Nagi sighs at this, almost breathlessly, her violet eyes filling as she speaks with emotion. Does that mean you're going to stay with me? Sure. That's alright, I'll stay with you. Forever? Do you want to always be by your side? I promise. Oh, Yumi. Bed's down. Well, let's play again. Reassure her. It's safe. I'm sure it's fine. This part tastes as good as it looks. It should be delicious. Thank you, Nagi. I smiled at my girlfriend to pick up my spoon. This looks great. I can't wait to dig in. You need to thank me. Alright. Yes, it's very popular. Go to sleep. Right then, you know best. I don't want to make you worry, sir. Go on to lie down in bed as obedient as some small child. Do what you say. It'd be rude of me not to listen to my nurse. Yes, that's right. Bad patients or black hearts disobey their nurses, but I know you're not a bad patient. You've always been very sweet. That's why I like you so much. Here. That's interesting. Smile Nagi to vaguely those eyelids which were already starting to fall shut. I thought you said you were my nurse. I am your nurse. I'm nursing you, after all. What else would I be? Well, here's the thing. I yawn. I haven't realized that I lay in bed on my pillow and discovered how soft it is. But I really am tired. I thought you were also my girlfriend. And that too. I can be both, can't I? Hey, isn't that unprofessional of you? Unprofessional. It is. It is? Adult nurses aren't supposed to date their patients. I'm sure they have to sign some sort of waiver. You might get in trouble if news of a sorry affair comes to light. Oh, you. There's nothing sorry about me being in love with you. My feelings are very pure. Sad to me until the house come home. As you supervise, you have to convince, and probably in a court of law too. Will I get sent to prison for falling for you? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe it depends on how sick I am. Well, that's not fair. I haven't considered that. Seems awfully cruel that the world would conspire to keep us apart. So you just need to stay here, Yumi, with me, for all eternity. Wait, nobody will know I'm flouting law, and I never have to lose my medical license. I never have to lose you. I can keep on loving you, and looking after you, forever and ever. So it might not be such a bad deal, actually. You think so? Mega titters. Glad to hear it. That's what you want. That's what you get. You keep no snogging in the clock 24/7, so you got nothing to worry about. Just go to sleep. Rest you where your head. I'll be here for you. And I'll never ever leave you. Nagi's voice is so softly hypnotic. I can't fight against it. She has me in her thrall. My lids was already drooping full shut. In a quiet, understated sort of way, I fall into a deep, dreamless sleep. I can hear someone calling me, I bet vaguely. Moo, Emmy? It's so distant, it might as well be entering from another planet. I didn't need anybody else but Nagi. I just want to fall asleep, and I never ever want to wake up. It's a bit embarrassing. Much I appreciate Nagi's silence. I want you to have been complimented, at least. Not to my face, at least. Make you feel decidedly flushed. Look at my cheeks turning red. My head is starting to ache again. Suddenly I feel disorientated. Am I alright? Give Nagi a third. Well, he's trying to call me, but I don't think I want to risk upsetting Nagi. You're doing your best to take care of me, like she said. Ignoring her wishes now wouldn't be a very nice way to repay her. I reasoned to myself, I can always call this person back later if they want to tell me something important. Women, however, are probably better off than any external distractions. Too tired to deal with the world. Oh, sure thing. Fished my phone out of my pocket at long last and handed it Nagi with a complaint, without pausing to check even who bothered calling me in the first place. Not like I know the identity of my mysterious caller right this instant. You can wait, I'm too tired in any case to worry about it too much. I'm not really in the mood to talk. Thank you, Yumio. I knew you'd do the right thing. You're here. You're a sensible boy. Giggling ugly sets my phone from me, then switches it off. He, like me, doesn't bother to look who the caller is. Maybe it doesn't matter. Am I thinking about this too much? Look after this for you, so you don't need to think about it. Nagi pokes my phone for herself, then assumes the position of my chair at my bedside, shifting among the cushions to make herself more comfortable. Oh, are you going back to sleep? You look a little peaky. Feel pretty peaky. I yawn. So tired. Thought you were drifting off earlier, yeah. It's a shame that somebody chose now of all times to call you. You can be so considerate. Do they know you're sick? Well, now you mention it, I frown. Probably not, no. I haven't spoken to anybody all day, other than you, unless you told them for me. I did, yes. I called up your university on your behalf, Ayumi, and your friends. They should all know that you're down for the count. You won't get in any trouble. Right, that's a relief. I'm glad that Nagi's so sensible. If it was on my own, I probably wouldn't think to call my university to tell them about my absence. I just refused to show up. It wouldn't be the first time I missed out on my lectures. In fact, come to think about it, when was the last time I went to a lecture? I try to remember, but... Sharp pain pierces my skull. Feels like I've been skewered. White-hot pain flashes momentarily behind my eyelids and everything blurs. So overcome, I have to squeeze my eyelids shut. Breathe in slowly, then breathe out. I do this 10 times and the pain subsides. When I open my eyes, at long last, I see Nagi. It's just creased with worry, and she's frowning. Oh dear, looks like you're still very poorly. You don't need more ibuprofen, do you? Ibuprofen. That wouldn't be too bad, actually. Alright, I'll go get some for you, and a glass of water too. That should help you wash it down. Here. Won't be a minute. Nagi gets to her feet, debating a strange shapeless thing on the floor, and bustles off to the kitchen. I didn't tell her where I keep my medicine or where I keep my cups, but I don't suppose I need to. Since she stopped by my place numerous times in the past being my girlfriend and everything. She'll be fine her own. Some night passes, I don't know much when I spend staring at the ceiling, puking out shapes in the paint. Seconds should go by, and then... Alright, Nurse Nagi is back in the scene. Nagi approaches her, foots her something off with cats in their indoor slippers. On hand, she's on a cup of water and milk. She's over white, featureless tablets. Nagi drops the tablets and waiting palm and pop them in my mouth. Tastes a little chalky, but they don't have any particular flavour otherwise. Blatantly inoffensive. Wash these tablets down with a glass of water Nagi brought me. Lay back down in bed. We're bone tired now. There's nothing I want more than sleep. Poor thing. Gently, very gently, Nuggy spreads the palm against my forehead, which feels fevered and gives my hair a ruffle. Get out through the walls, Amy. Don't worry, though. I'm not going anywhere. You can count on me. Sweet Candace Nuggy's voice, coupled with the soothing touch of her hand, is a comfort. Since the original aches inside my head, the aches that the ibuprofen couldn't quite manage to iron out. Nuggy's frame is nice and cool. This is because she was carrying a glass of cold water from the kitchen. Helps disperse the feverish haze that settled about me. Hand continues to stroke me over and over as a mother bites a small child. I feel like I've regressed. I'm becoming younger, feebler, needier. I don't want to become too dependent on her. There. This really does feel good. Dark-lidded eyes, I look up at my girlfriend, my goddess, and mumble. You promise you won't leave me? I promise. Why would I? I do love you, you know. That will never change. Nagi, I exhale. I can still feel her head against my head. Skin is flushed with sweat, and doubt it's very pleasant to touch. Nagi doesn't draw away from me. Said she will stay with me. She promised, and I like to think that I can at least believe her. Eyelids fall shut, assuming that Nagi's words are undying eternal affection. Quickly, sleep rushes towards me immediately. I sleep so deep and I'm pulled under within seconds. Voice reaching me through the darkened abyss. Oh, please hear me. Doesn't sound like Nagi's. This can't be that important then. Turn it. Or everything. Let myself sink further still, all the way in the bottom of a dark, dense swamp. Let's play again. Pain when it hits me is intense. Blah 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 blah. That mean an awful lot. Be able to trust him more. Now, shows the rise of the black skirt shifts about her thighs. She moves the fabric down and sitting beneath her palms. Should probably prepare some dinner for you, dear. You must be starving. Little lonely. Little room. Pub feels very dull and dry, but then Nagi the bright and sinks up. It's a bit chilly too. It's not used to having Nagi around. Her was nice enough for the most part. I certainly don't have any memories of her. Being the case, can I really trust her? What should I do now? Let's wait for Nagi. I think I've given it a thought that I'd be better off staying here after all. Why should I bother leaving really when I have Nagi? Sit down with the shooters, my girlfriend. Why genuinely interested in me, but she doesn't seem to have any doubts on the subject. They are convinced that she is my girlfriend. Now, why do I tell her otherwise? I want to say I'll stay here, and I don't want to hurt her. What would be the point in that? Doesn't matter if this is a dream. Nagi's been kinder to me than any real girls I know. Only known her a day, but she's given me so much love, I'm already drowning in it. Damn, I've been recording for a while. I'm sinking, but not yet at the bottom of this ocean. Perhaps there's no bottom. Perhaps love is no limits. I wouldn't know. I've never been loved before. And I think I want to try it. I want to know what it feels like to be adored, so I'm not going to go anywhere. I'm going to go stay right here. Nagi returned in due course or shopping like promised she would, and then she said about making dinner. I'm sure based on rice porridge there'll be something simple and nutritious, perhaps some sort of cream-based stew. Said that Nagi's cooking refilled the kitchen, bottling out the faint underlying musk of mold that's been irritating my nostrils throughout the day. Neat. Call me into the kitchen and we eat together at the table. Talk to one another, nothing in particular. Scream straight to some bowls in discordant symphony. I have to get some food on my lower lip. Perhaps Nagi will laugh at me, though not unkindly, not like my classmates did back in school, wipe it away from me. But she kissed away. That's what she would if I asked. I'm sure she'd do everything for me. She loves me after all, and I love her. She's too perfect not to. I don't know what happiness is, really. I said with Nagi, I'm sure I'll be able to figure it out. I think that's it. That's it. I got all the endings. So, what did I think? So, yeah, it was very slow, I would say. But it gradually, the payoff was really good with it, though. Like, it's very intense at the end. Like, going through the endless hallway. Yeah, I like the endless hallway. I like the general unraveling of his mind. That was really good. Yes, yeah. It was very long, though. Yeah, a bit long for my tastes, but still very good. I still quite enjoyed it. So yeah, I think I got everything. I hope I did. I don't think there's anything else I could have got done. And I got a lot of editing as well. A lot of editing to do. Anyway, I'm sad to see it go. It's sad. No, yeah, very relatable. So yeah, I have a webcomic. I know what he's talking about. You get so excited when you get a comment. You know, I don't have anybody like Nagiko. Like, actually giving detailed, like, giving detailed analysis of your episodes. Yeah, all I have is just people just making dumb jokes or just talking about it. Yeah, and the way, like, how people don't comment And people don't care the longer a series goes on. It's very real. So yeah, very, very relatable. I quite liked that. It's obvious that this guy's the girl is an author or something. The girl or a guy, I don't know who made this. Yeah, some sort of author. Yes, you're a fellow novelist or webcomic artist or whatever you are. Yeah, I'll see you guys later.
Come aboard, ye hearties, where we play video games. A land of treasure waiting. We're all about that gaming in. How goes it, my gamers? I